Hey, what's up, everybody? So, kind of a early night for us. Usually, I'm not doing my reaction video until like super late, but my friend was super tired, so we didn't watch any of the Westworld. So we just watched the fourth episode of The Last of Us, which was only 48 minutes. So this is a spoiler video in case you haven't seen it yet, but yeah, kind of short, but I thought it was good. I wish it was a little bit longer, but so yeah, I really like the bonding between Joel and Ellie in this, and I also liked, well, it was kind of different because when we were in the when we're in the truck, Ellie reaches underneath the seat and grabs the magazine, which in the video game, Ellie grabs the magazine from Bill's stash, and that's the part, like in the video game, you played the video game, obviously, is when she's off on the other side of the room and she's like sorting out these magazines, and Bill goes, "Hey, what did I tell you? Don't be touching anything." And Ellie yells back at Bill, "I'm just trying to straighten up your magazines." And she's like, that's where the finger, her flipping him off came from. But it was kind of the same dialogue where it's like, whoa, how does he walk around with that thing? And he's like, "Later, dude." And like Joel's like, "Where'd you find that?" And I'm so glad, because I think a lot of people online was talking about, is Ellie going to find the joke book? And that was great. I am so glad that moment happened in the show. And when Joel was going through the town, was lost, and the guy came out just like in the game, but I was waiting for the guy to start shooting at Joel, but they crashed through the laundromat, which in the game, they actually crashed through a grocery store. I believe it's a grocery store. And oh, it would have been really cool if they would have had they would have crashed through the laundromat, and like the one part in the game where you're off in the cooler and you're hitting square, I believe, and like Joel's getting his head, like there's a piece of glass and the raider is like pushing Joel's head down, trying to like stab him with the piece of glass, the shard, and then Joel just totally jacks the dude's head up, and he's like with the glass, like him getting the glass. So that would have been cool if that was the part where the guy was yelling out his mom and stuff, if that would have been the guy. So Kathleen's a new character, which it's almost like making one of the Raiders like a main villain, which I think that's cool. I think that's kind of cool that they veered off like that. And guess what? Jeffrey Pierce. I totally forgot Jeffrey Pierce was going to be in this episode, who voices Tommy in the video game. Because when I heard him, I was like, wow, that dude sounds like Tommy. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. It was. I thought that was really cool. So we haven't seen Troy Baker, who voices Joe in the video game, or we haven't seen Ashley Johnson yet. So yeah. I don't know if Nolan North makes a cameo on this, since he voiced David. So Sam and Henry, was so like, no, that's how it ends. We get to see Sam and Henry, which is a different on-take, because when you're like running from there's like in the game, if you haven't played, there's this like tank that's roaming around, and you have to run from it, and then you crawl through a window, like an apartment window, and that's when like you meet Henry and Sam. But it's a different on-take where they're sleeping in the building, and then you meet Sam and Henry, which is cool. Like I totally was cool. But yeah, anyway, this was a really great episode. I really enjoyed it. I have to say I enjoyed it more than last week's episode, only because They stuck a lot with the game in this one. In last week's episode, they didn't really, it was disappointing they didn't do the whole Bill storyline from the game. But yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I can't wait. And it's crazy because I'm thinking, next week we're going to get the bloater. We're going to see more of Henry and Sam. So it's like, looks like the bloater is at a school, because if you look real quick, I think in the up and coming, what's next week, I think there's a playground that you see. So I think they are going to be at a school. So is he going to like reach in himself and throw his body part with the spores? So, but I wonder if there is even going to be an episode next week, because it's the Super Bowl. So, a lot of people are probably going to watch the Super Bowl. So I'm wondering if they're going to skip a week, and not have the episode on. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, really good episode. And I'm probably not going to watch the episode next week, because me and a bunch of friends are getting together for the Super Bowl. So I don't know when I'm going to see it. I don't know if I'm going to see it after the Super Bowl, or if I'm going to see it like Monday or Tuesday night. So I'm definitely going to have to avoid spoilers if I don't get to watch it until like later in the week. So, but yeah, great episode. I love the bonding between Joe and Ellie. It's cool to see all the Raiders and stuff and everything. But yeah, thumbs up all the way. This was an awesome episode.